Kelly Patrick here with KentuckySports.co, back at you. We got Chris Bernard on the line with us today. How you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing good, fellas. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing pretty good, Chris.
Just Kelly Patrick here and Tyler Bloyd. We got just a few things we're going to go over with Chris.
And in case you guys don't know, Chris played back in the day. It was 03. What was your years you were at UK there, Chris?
I came in for the 2001. I got the 2001, played the 2002-2003 season. Recruited by Guy Morris, played my junior year under him, and then my senior year under Rich Brooks' first year.
Cool. What did you think of Rich Brooks?
Well, it's difficult because I was recruited by Guy Morris, and any time you have a coaching change, especially in your senior year, it becomes difficult. Rich Brooks, great guy, good coach, but I think that year was more of a transition year for that coaching staff, and unfortunately, us seniors, myself, Jerry Lorenzen, Derek Abney, a lot of those guys kind of didn't get to run certain offenses and plays that we would like to run. A lot of the fans would remember Ron Hudson calling plays, running the option with a 300-pound Jared Lorenzen quarterback. So
which was amazing.
Those plays weren't too fun, right? But he's a good coach. Like I said, it's frustrating because of the transition year. But I still had a good time at UK.
Oh, yeah. Totally understandable. The real question is what was it like playing for Guy Morris? Obviously, everybody knows all the controversy that went on. To see what your kind of input was with that.
Yeah, well, Guy Morris was great. He and Harold Jackson and Brett Pease recruited me out of junior college out in California, and they got me with the air raid stats and me being a receiver, playing in the SEC conference was unbelievable. So it was unfortunate I only got to spend one season with them because I think our senior year we had a lot of talent that year, and we could have done some great things if we would have got a second year under Morris's belt. But Baylor came calling and paid him a little bit more money than we could, so we lost him.
You were quite the return man also, weren't you, aside from being behind Abney, huh?
Well, Abney was the return specialist. That guy was amazing.
He was.
Punt, kick, return, all that stuff. I mean, that guy could, even though he's 150 pounds, he couldn't be tackled. But, me and Abney were the number one, number two receivers. And I think Tommy Cook that year, and then we also backed him up on special teams and stuff.
Once you went to the NFL, you got the opportunity to play with the Colts and really learn behind, I guess, Marvin Harrison, probably a young – did you play with a young Reggie Wayne?
Yeah. After the 2004 season, I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity to play with the Colts for a little while, and had a lot of fun there. Obviously, got to play with arguably the best quarterback in NFL history, and Peyton Manning there. Also, Hall of Fame receiver in Marvin Harrison, a young Reggie Wayne at the time, Brandon Stokely.
Man, that was couldn't have been more of a competitive deal you came into, huh?
Yeah, well, when I signed with them, that's what I expected. I didn't, my goal wasn't to go in there and become a starter because that was highly unlikely. But to be able to learn from those guys and just get an opportunity to play in that kind of organization in terms of the Colts and with those players was a lot of fun. So I definitely enjoyed that for the time that I was there.
Do you still follow the Colts closely, or
I do.
Are they one of your teams?
I still keep in touch with some of the players and still follow them a little bit. I'm not a Colts fan. I'm really not any team's real true fan. I'm more of a players fan. But
Good choice.
I still keep up with them and still root for them.
Chris, I got a question for you, man. All these things behind the scenes. You see Peyton Manning on TV. He's out there promoting himself as much as possible. Seems like the nicest guy in the world. Behind the scenes, working with him and playing with him, practicing with him, whatever you're doing. Behind the scenes actually how he is. Is he really the guy he shows on TV, or what's different about him that most people wouldn't know?
Well, Peyton, that's a good question. Peyton's got two sides to him. Off the field, sitting down, eating dinner, eating lunch with him, the guy's unbelievable. Great guy, quality guy. Just high class, high character type personality. But as soon as he puts that helmet on, boy, he turns into a machine. And this guy is a perfectionist. And I can remember times when if you dropped the ball, one of his balls, you wouldn't get a ball thrown to you for probably 3 or 4 days. He would purposely, not throw to you because of what you did 3 days ago. And film studies, he's critical, he critiques, but he's very smart, and that's what makes him who he is and what he does on the field today. So definitely a great guy on the field. He's still a good guy, but he's a little bit more demanding just because of his perfectionist type personality.
Definitely. And speaking of quarterbacks, we had talked about your stint at Kentucky when you played with Jared Lorenzen.
The hefty lefty.
And we asked you before the show that after you've seen this, so I know you have, but I'm going to put it here on the show. Is this giant picture of giant Jared Lorenzen?
He looks great.
No, he's literally they list him on the squad at 290 pounds, I think, on the roster. This man is at least 330 right now, I would say. And that's my opinion, but
That's giving him benefit of the doubt.
that is. Look at his gut.
Yeah, well, Jerry, I played with Jerry for 2 seasons, and weight has always been his issue. And I just recently saw the picture that you guys are referring to, and it does look like he gained a little bit more weight. At 290, that was his stat in college. It was always 290.
So he's above that
right
now.
around there. So we couldn't really divulge his true weight because then, of course, we wouldn't know what the other teams wouldn't know what position he played because that's offensive lineman size. But Jared's got some immense talent. I just wish he was a little bit more disciplined with his weight because he won a Super Bowl with the Giants, so I can't hate on him for that. But if he was more disciplined with his weight, he probably could have done a little bit more in terms of football career.
Do you ever go out to eat with them?
They're best
We
friends.
went to. I remember one time my junior year. I think it was my junior or my senior year. Coaches took us out to Golden Corral, whole football team.
I'd
after
imagine.
camp.
I'd imagine.
The buffet, I bet that was one of his favorites.
Oh yeah, well they shut the restaurant down.
Literally.
It was closed to the public for 3 hours, and they had to prep and increase their staff to service obviously a whole football team, but of course with Jared and a lot of the other linemen, boy, they tore that buffet up. So definitely interesting time.
Oh yeah, me and Kelly were talking during one of our breaks earlier. If you think if he lost, 275, you think he'd be as fast as Michael Vick?
He looks like he would be in his clips. It's amazing.
Oh, you guys broke up there. I didn't hear you guys.
We were joking around saying that if he just lost some weight, he'd be like Michael Vick.
He's like 320, and he's already as quick as.
It's unbelievable how much athletic talent he has.
My God.
For being that way. Absolutely. I mean, he did some amazing things with his feet at that weight. So if he was literally, even at the 260, 250 mark, he would be like a Dante Culpepper. That's kind of a young Dante Culpepper.
Golly, I mean, scary to think what he could have done if he just, somehow could control his weight a little more.
He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He had a great arm.
So, Chris, also part of the reason we have you on here is we're kind of doing a new segment on the website, as me and you talked about earlier, is kind of like a "Where Are They Now" type segment. And I guess that's my question to you: is what are you doing now, post NFL, post college career? Where are you at? Where do you stand? What are you doing currently?
Sure. Well, after college, played in the NFL till right around 2006. And then played some arena ball, NFL Europe, was thinking about Canadian football, but at that time I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and hang the cleats up. And in 2007, I started working for a company, Tempur-Pedic, in Lexington. And just recently, I took a position with them down here in Miami, Florida. So I'm living here on South Beach with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade.
Taking your
Hoping
talent
that they,
somewhere.
You live with them?
I'm trying to live with them. I'm just trying to hang along. I just want to hang out with LeBron and D Wade for one night and just and absorb some of their leftover lifestyle.
What kind of night would that be? You just go out to the club and you're hanging with, you got Wade on one side and you got LeBron James on the other.
Down here in Miami, I mean, with all this star power, I mean, I couldn't imagine even trying to be in the same restaurant or same club or same venue as those kinds of guys, because they probably just bring so much attention to themselves. But it's a fun time down here, and I'm enjoying the sun and the water in South Beach, and looking forward to hopefully the Heat winning this series and then going and hopefully bringing home the championship.
Yeah, that won't happen.
No, it could. It very well may happen.
I think it's going to happen.
If it does, South Beach is going to be crazy.
Do you have any plans of moving back to Kentucky, or?
I visit Kentucky frequently. I still do a lot of business out there. I own some real estate in Kentucky. A lot of friends and family back there. So I usually go back to Kentucky probably once a quarter. Obviously, my corporate headquarters are in Lexington as well, in Tempur-Pedic. So I do spend a lot of time in Kentucky. I was just back there for the Final Four, Elite Eight Final Four for UK basketball. So I told myself, no matter where I'm at in the world, if UK goes to the Final Four of the national championship, I will fly back to Lexington. So I started that tradition this year, and hopefully I'll do it next year and the year after that and the year after that and the year after that.
You'll probably be flying back to Lexington each March.
Could happen. Could be true.
Well, Chris, we appreciate you coming on the show.
We really do appreciate you having coming on the show with us, Chris. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, it'd be great to have you on, again, and just talk about whatever you'd like to talk about regarding the sports world,
Absolutely. I still, like I said, I'm a huge UK fan. So basketball, football, tennis, baseball, golf, it doesn't matter what we do. If it's UK, then I'm supporting it. So definitely give me a shout if you guys want to talk again.
We really will. I mean, I don't see why not. You've been a great interview. We really appreciate it.
And I'm just going to put this picture up again at the very end.
Be sure to check that out, everybody.
Chris, he's putting the one of Gabriel Wilson laying you out on the air. I don't know why he's doing that.
Oh, Lord.
And it looks like your helmet is
to give you the benefit of the doubt, I do see helmet-to-helmet contact.
Is it an illegal hit?
Yeah, he speared me. If it was today, that would have been a penalty. And I actually suffered post-traumatic amnesia on that play. I couldn't remember what day it was. This was actually Thanksgiving, when we played Tennessee. Couldn't remember my birthday or
Seriously?
nothing. The only thing I can remember, it was my senior year of football, and this was my last game. So my coaches tried to take me out with concussion symptoms, and I told them,
wow.
They just asked Jabril to take you out instead.
Yeah, I went out and caught 4 balls after that hit too, which was pretty impressive. Granted, I was seeing 4 balls at one time, but
granted, your chin strap is in your nose.
Really, not the greatest thing of Matt to do is to just keep putting it up on the screen, but that's what he's doing. I'm real sorry about that, Chris.
That's fine.
Jabril's got.
I know Matt. Unfortunately, far too well, and
it's a sad
thing. He gets his hands on something like that, boy, it's over.
Well, it's great to look at your chin strap seriously in your nose, and you can see a gap between the top of your head and your helmet, and then you got Jabril.
Hey, at least the guy's a pro. He's a perennial Pro Bowl NFL starter now,
yeah,
so it's not like
that.
I got hit
he's
by
a
McCarthy,
safety,
yeah.
top safety.
Yeah, at least he's not a washed-up guy that ended up doing nothing. You had that picture on.
At least he has a job.
Yeah, unlike Tyler. But yeah, Chris, again, we appreciate it, man. We really do. We're going to put up a segment on the website here in the next few days of where are they now. We're going to try to do that here as much as possible. We'll get some Louisville former Louisville players, former UK players on there, and we're just going to try to make that a normal occurrence on the website and try to make that out there.